Strap yourselves in. Imagine we've just hopped into a time machine. The dials are spinning. The destination is set for... We're not quite sure yet. We're on a mission, you and I. We're going to find out where football truly began. It wasn't just invented one afternoon in a park. Its roots go deeper than a perfectly timed sliding tackle. This journey will take us across continents and through centuries. Dusty, ancient fields, muddy streets of medieval towns. We're looking for the very first kick, the first pass. The first time someone looked at a round object and thought, I'm going to kick that into a goal. Our time machine has landed us in ancient China, more than 2,000 years ago. The game they're playing is called Cuju. It looks familiar. Two teams, a leather ball stuffed with feathers. Kick it through a small opening in a silk net, no hands allowed. Sound familiar? This wasn't just a kickabout, it was used for military fitness training. It taught soldiers discipline, teamwork, agility. Core skills we admire today were being honed centuries ago. This is our first clue, a vital piece of the puzzle. Our journey continues and our time machine now jumps forward, landing us in medieval Europe. The scene is very different from the organized fields of ancient China. Forget rules and silk nets. This is pure, unadulterated chaos. We're in a village in England, and the game they're playing is called mob football. The name says it all, really. Entire villages would play against each other, using an inflated pig's bladder as a ball. The goals could be miles apart, perhaps the church door of one village against the town gate of another. It was a wild, often violent affair, with hundreds of people brawling through fields, streams, and streets. Let's fast forward our time machine to a crucial period, 19th century England. The chaotic, sprawling games of the medieval era were about to be tamed. The setting? The elite public schools of Britain. Eton, Harrow, Rugby were where sport was huge, but each school played its own version. Some allowed carrying the ball, others insisted on kicking only. When boys from different schools played, you can imagine the arguments. In our school, you can't do that. It was a mess. This is where the big change happens. In 1863, a group of men from various clubs and schools met in a London pub, the Freemasons' Tavern. That meeting was the birthplace of the Football Association, the FA. Their goal was simple: create a single, unified code of laws. The biggest point of contention was whether players should be allowed to run with the ball and hack opponents' shins. The supporters of the dribbling game, where feet were king, won. They banned running with the ball and hacking. This was the great split. Some clubs walked away to form rugby, but those who stayed created association football. Suddenly, the game had structure, laws, clear rules on everything from goal kicks to offside. This standardization was the spark that lit the flame. With one set of rules, teams could compete on a level playing field. Railways made travel easier. The first FA Cup was held in 1871, and local rivalries blossomed into national competitions. The game was now organized, accessible, and incredibly exciting to watch. How did this English game become the world's favorite sport? The British Empire. British sailors, soldiers, traders, and engineers took their culture everywhere, including their new sport. They'd start kickabouts on Buenos Aires docks, in Indian fields, on African plains. Football has universal appeal because it's so simple. You don't need expensive equipment. Anything can be a ball, rags, a tin can, fruit. All you need is space and something to kick. This accessibility allowed it to cross cultural and class divides. In South America, it was embraced with unique passion and flair. In Europe, clubs became powerful symbols of regional identity. Every nation painted its own masterpiece on this blank canvas. International competitions cemented football's global status. In 1904, FIFA was founded. Then came the first World Cup in 1930. This was when football became a global language. Nations competed on the football pitch. World Cup victory became immense national pride. The tournament became a global spectacle, a festival of drama, passion, and shared emotion. That brings us to today, 2025. Why do we still love it? Because it connects us. In a stadium with 80,000 others, you're part of something bigger. Watching the World Cup, you share the experience with billions. The game is full of drama, underdog victories, last-minute goals, controversial decisions. It's a story that writes itself every weekend. From ancient Chinese military to medieval mobs to Victorian gentlemen, the journey has been incredible. But the reason football thrives is simple. It belongs to everyone.